Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paul Smith, and in today's video, Queen and I are going to be showing you all of the house types in City of Chaos. So, moving on from there, we are going to progress. We are going to show you the outside of the house, and then we're going to show you the insides. Starting with the lowest tier, which is Tier 1, all the way up to Tier 4, and then we have some special locations for you. So, stay tuned, and hopefully you enjoy the video. See you soon. The first apartment we're going to show is the small apartment. These ones can usually be found in the skinnier buildings. The taller ones are usually yellow or orange. These ones are usually green. So we're going to walk right into the lobby and we're going to show you the apartment. So let's walk right in. Awesome. So now that we're in the apartment, I am just going to fast forward until we're in the room. These small apartments are fairly convenient. You can store a chest and a bed in here and also have a crafting station. Most of your necessities in a small apartment. Usually you can find them for around 500 VIPs around the city or for around 600 or 700 on the market, depending who you're buying from. There's not much to them. There's not very many glitches. Some of them you can glitch through the windows, but this one in particular you cannot. So, other than that, it is just your basic small apartment. And with that concluded, we are going to head to the next house. Now for the next apartment, we're going to head into the medium. So, Queen has one here. Oh, her room is right here. Alright, let's go right inside. So these are the medium apartments. She has a very beautiful one. I really love this cobalt looking wall. It's very beautiful. They're fairly big. You can fit a lot in there. TV if you want. Good old table, chill area, crafting table if you really need. She has a little bedroom here with a little desk. She has a dresser, that would be. She has a chest here. A little room made for us to view. This is just an idea of what you can do with this. There's a lot of room in the medium apartments, so yeah, they're nice to have. They're priced around the other apartments, the small ones, somewhere around 1,000 sometimes. They might go higher in a little while, but they are nice. They're nice to have. So, moving on to the next house. Alright, and now we have arrived. We will be going into the final house of the tier 1s, and that is going to be the large apartment. And so we're going to walk right in here. So these are the large apartments. You can fit a lot in them. They're a little bit bigger than the other ones, I believe. If not, they're around the same, but I think they're a bit bigger. I know you can fit, oh yeah, up here you can fit another room up there, so that's another thing you can do. There's a lot of room, so it's pretty much the same as the other one, just a little more room, a little more space, minus this pole in the middle of the room. But other than that, yeah, there's not too much to it. It's pretty much the same pricing as the other apartments. They're all relatively the same, so you shouldn't have a hard time finding one if you are looking for one. Moving on to Tier 2. Alright, we're back, and now for the first house on Tier 2, we will be looking at the single house. So we're going to walk right in here. I'm going to pause until it loads. We have made it into the single house. They have a fair amount of room. I think it's a little bit more than the apartments. You can pretty much fit your basics in here. It's a single house. It's actually connected to the city, so it's a lot easier to walk outside your house and just go on the road in comparison to being in an apartment where you have to use the elevator or perhaps go down the stairs. Yeah, not too much to the single houses. These ones are priced around 800 to 2,000 VIPs. I've seen some of them sell for 2,000, but that's only if you have it nicely decorated and you put the time into it. So yeah, not much to the single houses, but they are very quaint, they're very nice. So moving on. Next, in the Tier 2, we will be reviewing the 2-floor houses with the AC on the west end. So these ones are closer to the police station and over towards the 3-story mansions or 3-story houses, whatever you want to call them. These ones are fairly quaint, and we're about to look at them. So let's go. Thank goodness that it did not take long. So now we walk into this house, and as you can see, they're very, very nice. A lot of space on the bottom floor to put whatever you like. I've seen people put crafting stations, beds, TVs, couches, you name it. And then up here is actually the main area. I've seen bedrooms, or you could fit a few coffee tables and make a restaurant or whatever you would want to do. But yes, these houses are very quaint, a lot of room. They're nicely located. They're pretty close to shops. There's 2 shops on each end, so no matter what type of house you get of this version, you will be close to a shop. And that's pretty much all for these ones. They're very nice though, very luxurious for Tier 2. And with that, we will be moving on. Pardon me, just had to grab me a nice cup of coffee at the Moon Diner. So now we're going to be looking at what is known as the 2-floor house. So the 2-floor house, the reason it's actually based higher tier than the last one we looked at is because they have a lot of room, or a moderate amount of room on the bottom floor and the 2nd floor. So let's take a look. Oh. 1 second. Baby, I need an invite. No, I didn't get it. 1 second. Okay, now that that's sorted out, we can now take a look at the 2-floor houses. The reason I base this higher tier is because I think they look really nice. They look really good. You can do stuff like this. I think Queen put this together really nicely. She did a really nice job. So that is the 1st floor. They're fairly basic, but that's the thing. They're generic and you can do whatever you want with them. Like, she has a nice laptop set up here right at the end of the stairs. Like, that's a really nice aesthetic. And then we have the bed here. There's enough room. And you can pretty much put whatever you want in this house. This is pretty big. I've seen some people put vaults in these houses. Vaults don't really go good in these houses. They go good in the higher tier houses, in my opinion. But for these houses, I think, yeah, there's a fair amount of room for you to put everything in, and they don't cost too much. They're around 2,000 to 4,000, depending who you ask. Sometimes you can even get them for 1,000 or 500, depending if you want to go out and look for them. So, with that in mind, this is the top tier house for Tier 2. And with that in conclusion, we are going to move on to Tier 3. So, let's move on. So now we're going to be looking at the next tier of house, which is the 3-story houses, and this is the first one on the list, and this would be on the east end, and these ones are really useful because they're near the robot factory, and they're near the Robo-Stings and the Robo-Bullies, and pretty much all the robots, so it's a really nice place to have a house. They're super valuable, upwarding from anywhere to 10 to 15k I've seen them sell for, so very valuable just because of where they're located. So with that in mind, let's go inside and take a look. Oh. Alright, so these houses have a lot of space. They're pretty much the same as the other ones on the west end. However, they have a bigger floor up top. So if you look up here, they have a much bigger little balcony area, and usually they have a door here where you can go out onto a balcony, or a small balcony you have on your house. And there's enough room here for a bed, a chest. Vaults look alright in these houses. I mean, if you wanted to put one, you could probably put it over in here in this corner. But other than that, you can decorate them very nicely. You can see she has a nice shoe rack here, and a bunch of trees and a nice little coffee set and a nice little chill area and a TV. It's very nice. So moving on, we're going to be moving on to the next house. So let's do it. Alright, moving on to the next house, we will be moving into the ones that people have been calling 3-story mansions or the 3-story houses. We're going to check them out. They are the second bottom from the list. They are very valuable, but they are nothing compared to some of the more modern houses that are in the city. So we're going to check this out first. So let's go up to the house and let's accept. So as we walk in, you'll notice that there isn't too much room on the first floor, but there's a fair amount to put whatever you would like a crafting station or a box or a computer. There is room for pretty much all your necessities on the bottom floor, along with this lovely fireplace. There aren't very many houses in this that have fireplaces, so yeah, it's nice to see that. And yeah, we're going to move up. She's got lovely decorations there by the lights, by the way. It's very good. Up here on the second floor, you have room for some couches and a table. Above that, you have room for a small bedroom. If you want to cut off the door like she has, you have extra room for a bed. But there is a balcony on these houses as well that we can't access right now, but you usually can. So that is the regular 3-story house. They are very lovely. Definitely recommend picking one up. They can usually range around from 2K to 15K I've seen them go for. So if you want to find one, hopefully you can find one. Moving on. Alright, moving on, we will be looking at what is known as the 3-story modern. Now, it only looks like it has 2 floors, so I've heard people call them 2 floors, but they have 3 floors, okay? So, let's move on in, let's check it out. So as soon as you get in, you can tell it's extremely luxurious. You can put a vault in either side here, or a computer station, or a crafting station, literally whatever you would like. There's tons of room to put a table or a living area if you like. This used to be our old clan house, so we upgraded to a castle, so we don't really use this as much, but if you look in here, you can tell that there are 2 rooms, so I just have a washroom put in here, nothing much. Crafting station, over here computer area for everyone that was going on and when we were doing the wars and stuff. And if we go upstairs here to the very top floor, there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room. You can even, I've seen people put bedrooms up here. So you can use it as a bedroom, you can utilize it as a hangout area, you know. When VNL still had the feature where you could watch an ad to get 15 VIPs, we would use that a lot here. Anywhere really, in general. We grinded the hell out of that. But yeah, in conclusion, these houses are some of the nicest. Majority of YouTubers want these ones or they use them. They're fairly popular. People charge anywhere from 10K to 40K. They're very valuable. They're becoming a lot rarer. So, with that in conclusion, we're going to move on to the very last house of Tier 3. And now for our very last house in the Tier 3 list, we're going to be checking out what is known as the 3-story with the AC unit at the door. These ones are extremely valuable. I don't actually know the price for them because I haven't actually sold any and I haven't seen anyone sell any because they all want to keep them. So I have no idea how much these are worth. If you manage to get your hands on one, you're extremely lucky. So let's go inside and check it out. So right as we walk in, you can tell there is a massive amount of space here on the first floor. You can relatively put whatever you want. I have this design, nothing too special, but there's a lot of room there. You have the second platform here. This is where my old desk was located. And when you go to the top, there's a smaller room where you could put a bedroom. I have a computer station here, just my little work desk. And yeah, other than that, these are the 3-story moderns with the AC in front. They're very nice. Again, I don't know how much they're worth. I haven't seen anyone really sell any, so it's gonna be hard to tell how much they're gonna be worth. But yeah, that's the very last house for Tier 3. With that, we're going to be moving into Tier 4. And Tier 4, I actually don't have it because it's the mansion. And I don't have enough to buy the mansion right now. So with that in mind, I'm just going to sit here for a little while, and I'm going to show you the mansion. So right here, what I presume is going to be the very first floor of the mansion. There's a balcony and a huge floor. Like, it's massive. You can put practically anything you want. On the second floor, there's a ton of room. They had a theater there. They had like a big meeting area for everyone to chill at. And then on the third floor, they just had this big hallway with a bunch of art and a few rooms. So I think that was just kind of like a chill area or like a bedroom. And yeah, that's Tier 4. That's the mansion. The mansion is very beautiful. I've seen the mansion sell for $700,000. I've heard someone say they're gonna buy it for $140,000. So you can take my word for it. I don't really know. So if you want to hit up someone who owns one of the mansions and try to buy it, go for it. It's not going to be cheap. Moving on from there, we'll be moving into the special houses. I'm going to name off some of the special houses that I have some of them, but I don't feel like showing them because I feel like majority of you have already seen them. We have the bachelor suite, the apartment, the house, and the penthouse. So the penthouse is my favorite out of all of those. But you are all probably familiar with them. They all go back to the School of Chaos. And now we'll be moving on to the specials. And Tier 1 on the special list will be the Filipino hut or shack, and we'll be checking that out. So we'll return when we are there. Alright, so we have made it to the Filipino shack. As you can see, there's some kind of jungly grass that you can put some trees on, make it look like, you know, you're in your own little jungle. And yeah, there's just a tiny little shack with a bed here. I don't know if the bed can be moved. Okay, the bed can be moved. Okay. Yeah, so you have this nice little shack here. You place this platform, right? Yeah, okay. But it's very nice. As you can see, it's a very nice shack just out on the prairie. So it's very nice. Moving on, we'll be checking out the Sandy Island. So let's move on to that. Alright, we have arrived at the Sandy Island. So as you can see, there is a ton of room to build whatever you want on these things. Yeah, it's pretty much an open canvas for whatever you want to build. This is one of the first School of Chaos properties I had bought when the merge had happened, and I was in love with it. It reminded me of an old game I used to play, Fable Lost Chapters on the Xbox. I used to love that game, and when you walked into a demon door, there would be these rooms, and a lot of the time these rooms would be like hidden on these little islands, and they had this music playing, and that's what this reminds me of. Kind of random, but just a little backstory on that. With that in mind, we'll be moving on to the next tier. Oh, okay. Queen wants me to check something out first. Let's go over. Where are you? Did you fall in the hole again? I told you to stay outside of the hole. Now she's stuck. Queen. Ah, so foolish. How foolish. Aside from that, we're going to be moving on to the next tier. Actually, I realized I don't own it. So, I believe it's called a Snowy Village, or the Winter Wonderland. That is a property you can buy from the old School of Chaos game. It is pretty much just a bunch of tiny little elf-style houses in a Christmas-styled winter wonderland with a few snow mountains. That's pretty much it. You can't walk inside the houses or anything. It's pretty much just props and snow. So,
that's that. We'll be moving on to the very last one, and that'll be the castle. So we'll see you there.
Alright everyone, we have now arrived at the lovely castle. As you can see, it is very massive. Oh no. Alright, my apologies. I have a group chat and they were calling me while I was recording, so my apologies. We're moving on, and I built a little racetrack on the castle. Aside from that, we're going to move on into the base here. So we're going to check out the several rooms. We have this one here, which is the main room, pretty much a throne room, as we have it. We have our whole clan here, and we've had meetings. We actually had Sweet Dude here once. We had Sweet Dude down here in the basement. If you go check out my Instagram, Jack of Blades, City of Chaos, we actually have a picture with him standing on top, and we were all worshiping him for the event, quote unquote. Here is the goat's room. We have a pet goat. This is where he lives. Very luxurious, as you can tell. We only feed him his food on the floor. You know, he doesn't deserve a table. We'd never give him one. He hasn't earned it yet. But yeah, we actually have him hidden right now for the purpose of the video. And now we will be moving into this room, where it literally has this tiny little patch in the wall, and you can't get through it. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to get through there, but you can see through it. So that's that, I guess. But yeah, yeah. That's that. This is this side, and the other side of the castle is pretty much the exact same as that room. So really, I only have to go show you guys like one half of the castle, and you'll know what the other half of the castle looks like. So up here, you have this little bridged area where you can walk across. You have these towers. The left tower doesn't work very well. You can't really go up and down it very efficiently. You get stuck. And in here, you have this massive room. This is our new clan house. The way I'm talking about the castle, it sounds really glitchy, and it is really glitchy, but it's still good. So, yeah, but that's pretty much the castle. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the castle. It's pretty much a big, empty place. Same as the mansion. The only difference is the mansion is actually located in the city. And I want to clarify to you guys, that's what gives the city houses so much value. I've seen a lot of people complain about other people and myself selling houses, but you have to understand that these houses have a huge value. They are literally located in the city, so they're more valuable than the other houses. They're just that much valuable because they have a set location. I just want to clarify that. And with that, we are going to be moving on into the end of this video, so we will see you all there. Alright, in conclusion, we have checked out all the houses of City of Chaos, we have mentioned some of the houses from the old School of Chaos, and we have visited majority of them. I would like to thank you all very much for joining us in this video. I would like to thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button, and either like or dislike. To me, it doesn't really matter. I'd like to thank you for joining us, and as always, peace out.